In America today, high-earning doctors can be found drowning in debt and struggling with financial stress. At the same time, many public school teachers quietly build enormous, secure wealth without anyone noticing. For millions of people, life operates in a state of extreme financial fragility. A single unexpected medical bill, a sudden job loss, or a minor recession can wipe out years of stability. We are often taught that a massive salary is the primary escape from this survival mode. We focus on the next raise or promotion, assuming a bigger paycheck automatically brings peace of mind. But the American economic machine is designed to absorb extra income the second it arrives. Luxury apartments, newer cars, and constant upgrades are marketed as the standard, while credit cards mask the actual pain of spending. Because a higher income easily gets swallowed by a more expensive lifestyle, building wealth requires a specific behavioral system, constructed layer by layer. The first layer relies on a mathematical reality. You have a bar for income and a bar for spending. Wealth is found in the space in the middle, the gap. Widening that gap requires lowering your spending. This demands a psychological shift, prioritizing the actual mechanics of wealth over the appearance of it. Rich-looking people are often trapped by their lifestyle, while truly free people live below their means to maintain their options. Having that gap is only the start. Before you can use that extra capital to grow your net worth, you have to build a defensive infrastructure to catch the life disasters that will inevitably hit. An emergency fund acts as a critical shield. Having cash on hand stops a temporary crisis, like a blown transmission or a surprise layoff, from mutating into a permanent financial disaster. The second defense is eliminating high-interest debt. High interest rates act as an aggressive subtraction that chips away at your resources. When debt interest empties the gap, you forfeit future income. You pay for past consumption. The excitement of the purchase disappears, but the obligation remains. Eliminating that debt and building a cash reserve removes the constant panic. These defensive layers provide the emotional breathing room required to start playing offense. Playing offense introduces the third layer, compound growth. This line graph illustrates how uninvested cash loses value over time. Because inflation constantly eats away at the dollar, you cannot reach freedom through savings alone. The solution is putting that money into productive assets. You don't need to be a Wall Street expert. Historically, the most effective strategy is the quiet consistency of broad market index funds held over decades. This exponential curve shows how compound growth works in practice. It takes immense patience to survive the slow early years, but eventually the returns generate their own returns, causing the growth to pull away from the baseline. Once that momentum is established, you reach the fourth layer, decoupling your time. This is the transition from relying entirely on daily labor for survival to relying on income generated by your assets. By building investment accounts, developing specialized career skills, and protecting your physical health, you create value that generates income independent of the hours you clock. The ultimate goal of this offensive infrastructure is to build enough automated momentum that daily work becomes a choice. For most people, financial freedom is entirely invisible from the outside. It looks like an ordinary, quiet suburban home on a Tuesday evening. The true reward for building this layered system is absolute control. It is the ability to sleep at night without anxiety, the power to leave a toxic job, and the right to dictate exactly how your time is spent. To find that peace, you must define what enough means for you personally. Constant comparison to internet millionaires will destroy your own sense of security and keep you in a cycle of endless pursuit. Building freedom relies on small, daily choices. Every time you pay down a balance or contribute to an investment, you increase your margin of safety. Every disciplined decision increases your control over the future. Wealth building is the gradual reclaiming of your own life, giving you the freedom to finally breathe.